All right, let's talk about something real. Those moments in meditation that feel less like inner peace and more like, well, a wrestling match inside your own head. If you've ever felt like you're just not good at this one's for you. We're going to explore why that struggle isn't just normal, it's actually part of the whole journey.
Does this question just hit you right where you live? You do everything right. You set aside the time, you find a quiet spot, you close your eyes, and then that little voice kicks in. I'm doing this wrong. This isn't working. If you know that feeling of frustration, trust me, you are in very, very good company.
I mean, this is the classic, isn't it? You're hoping for a little bit of zen, and what shows up is your grocery list, a sudden wave of drowsiness, and a back that decides it's had enough. These things are so universal, and I really want to stress this. They are not a sign that you're failing. So let's really lean into this first big idea. Yeah, the struggle is real, of course it is, but it's absolutely not a failure. In fact, these challenges, the sleepiness, the thoughts, the aches, they're the very things we get to work with. They're the material for the practice itself.
And you know, the cool part is that all those seemingly random struggles aren't so random after all. We can actually group them into 3 main hurdles that pretty much every single person who meditates will run into.
So here they are, the big 3. First, you've got sleepiness and that foggy mental dullness. Second, the big one, distractions and the busy mind. You know, the restlessness, the planning, the worrying. And third, something we don't talk about enough, simple physical discomfort. So let's break these down one by one. Okay, first up, this sleepy mind. You sit down to be awake and aware, but your brain seems to think it's bedtime. This feeling is so common. And the trap we all fall into is thinking, I'm just too tired. I can't do this today. But here's the thing. The meditative approach looks at this in a completely different way. And this is the reframe that changes everything. Sleepiness is just one thought that you are not. Think about that. Instead of becoming the sleepy person, you can just notice the feeling of sleepiness passing by. You are the awareness that is watching the sleepiness. You are not the sleepiness itself. It's a subtle but powerful shift. So what do? It's really simple, and most importantly, gentle. First, you just notice it. Oh, okay, sleepiness is here. Step 2, you become an observer. Just watch the feeling, without getting tangled up in it. 3, you gently, and I mean gently, bring your attention back to your breath. And 4, the crucial step, you let go of any judgment or worry about it. It's not a problem, it's just what's happening.
And now for the headliner, the main event of meditation challenges, the busy mind. If sleepiness is a little hurdle, this one can feel like running a marathon you didn't sign up for.
I love this quote because it completely flips the script. We see that to-do list, that worry, that song stuck in our head as an obstacle, right? As the enemy of our peace. But what if it wasn't? What if every single one of those distractions was actually an opportunity to practice coming back? An opportunity to practice awareness itself? Just look at this breakdown. On the left, that's probably the path that feels familiar, right? You fight the thought, which just makes it stronger. You get frustrated with yourself. You try to force your mind to be silent, which is impossible. And eventually, you just give up. But look at the approach on the right. We observe, we investigate with curiosity, we create space. But how do you actually do that? Well, there's a fantastic tool called the poise method. It's like a little cheat sheet for any distraction. P is for presence. Just acknowledge what's here. Thinking about work. O is for observer. Take a step back and just watch the thought. I is for investigate. Get a little curious. That's interesting. Why is that coming up now? S is for space. Just let it be there. No need to fight it or push it away. And finally, E is for embody. Notice how it feels in your body and then gently guide your attention back. Okay, so we've dealt with the sleepy mind and the busy mind. Let's talk about challenge number 3, the restless body. Because sometimes the biggest distraction isn't in your head at all. It's your knee, or your back, or your shoulder.
And let's be real, this is a huge one. It's pretty much impossible to focus on your breath when you're in pain. It can feel like your own body is sabotaging your attempt to find just a little bit of stillness.
So the solution here actually starts before you even sit down. Things like working on your hip flexibility, doing some gentle stretches. It can make a world of difference. The goal isn't to look like a pretzel. It's just to find a stable posture where your spine can be straight without a lot of strain. We're trying to set the body up for success, so the mind has a better chance to settle.
So we have sleepiness, busyness, and restlessness. They seem like 3 totally different problems, right? But what's so incredible is that the solution for all of them is actually the exact same thing.
This is it.
This is the secret sauce, the one thread that ties everything we've talked about together. It doesn't matter what shows up, a wave of sleepiness, a frantic thought about email, an aching knee. The instruction is always the same. Acknowledge it's there without beating yourself up about it. And then gently, kindly return.
And this chart just lays it out so perfectly. Look at the low bars. Trying to force a result, judging how you're doing, that's not where the magic is. The real transformation, the highest bar on the chart, comes from one thing: consistent, gentle awareness. That's it. That is the whole practice.
And this is the beautiful promise of it all. It's not about having one perfect meditation. It's about the cumulative effect of just showing up day after day and meeting whatever is there with this gentle awareness. That consistency, that gentle returning over and over again, that's what rewires your brain and creates real, lasting change. So I want to leave you with this to think about. What if the goal was never to have a perfectly empty, silent mind? What if all these challenges, the sleepiness, the distractions, the discomfort, what if they aren't problems to be fixed at all? What if they're actually just opportunities, invitations to practice being compassionate and kind to yourself over and over and over again? What if the real goal all along was to cultivate a compassionate mind?